I've learned over time that, you know, these people is phonies and fakes. Came across so many, but yeah, homeboy straight up stole my phone, yeah.
But now I gotta go in. And it's about time I expose the tea. It's about time that I show the receipts. It's about time that I cook the beats. It's about time that I clear my name.
Hey you guys, what's up, what's going on? So we're gonna be doing another story time video. Alright, so this one I kind of talked about it a little bit in the last video that I did when I did the Bae went to jail video. I kind of hinted at it towards the end. So now we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. So back in my club slinging days, when I used to go to the club like every weekend, because I told y'all I was a party promoter, so it was like I literally was going to the club like every weekend, sometimes even twice, like maybe Saturday and Sunday or Friday, Saturday. It was official, y'all. And I wasn't even as tired because, you know, I was young and vibrant, and it was a lot easier. I had a lot less responsibilities. I was still living at my mom's house, so I had a lot more help and things like that. Yeah, so I went to the club like I normally do, and I used to be on a lot of social dating, social dating networks? I don't know what they're called, like dating networks or dating sites. And one of them that I was on, it was a few. It was one called, well, MySpace. It wasn't really dating, but most of us made it into a dating site. They also had Black Planet, which is another one I used to use. What other ones? I used to also use this other thing called Moco Space. That was on like cell phones. So I think that's where I had actually met this guy, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we used to talk like all the time, like literally all the time. And me and my friends, we went to the club and we was having a good time. I was taking him back. At this time, I don't think I was a party promoter. I think my friend was actually a party promoter. This is how I kind of found out about the whole party promoting thing. So she was a party promoter, so she used to get us into the club for free, and we used to be in VIP sometimes. She used to get free bottles once in a while, and we never had to like wait in line or anything. So I was like super spoiled. It was like from that to then I was doing my own thing doing it. So I was real one of those people that did not ever have to wait online. So talking about I'm going to a club now to wait online is just like, really? And we're gonna be in a regular. Yeah, but I do it if it's like for a friend or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we was in the club throwing it back. Like I was getting OD drunk. I was twisted. I thought I was a dance hall queen, honey. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was on a dance floor breaking it down, boo. And you know, I was just going back and forth, like going dancing with different people. I was leaving my crew because I wasn't the type to like stay in a circle. Like sometimes I would if I didn't feel like, or if I didn't have enough drinks in my system, I would stay in my little circle. But most times they couldn't find me. Like I was all over the place. At the end of the night, sometimes they would have to be looking for me because they're like, where's she at? So anyways, I ended up like dancing with this one guy, and I used to always have like the best phones because, like I said, I was living with my mom, so I had money to blow a little something something. So I used to get the latest and greatest phones. I had the G1 from T-Mobile. I always been with T-Mobile like since I was younger, since T-Mobile came out. So I had like the G1, then I had the G2. It was like almost like the sidekicks, but it was like a slide up phone, and then it had the keyboard. I used to love those keyboards. I wish phones would still have those physical keyboards again because they were so amazing. Anyway, so I had that phone, and I lost that phone so many times, you guys. Like, it's ridiculous. Because I used to get drunk in the club. Sometimes I leave my pocketbook, or sometimes it would fall and I didn't hear it, and nobody that was around me heard it. I mean, it's not really their responsibility, but, you know, nobody heard it to be able to be like, oh, girl, your phone, or whatever. Many times I woke up like, oh my god, like the first thing that I check is, do I have my bag with all my stuff in it? Like that's my first priority before I think about anything else, because you know how sometimes you forget stuff. So that particular night I was just, you know, doing my thing. For some reason I would always take out my phone. I wasn't even taking pictures. I would just be like texting people or some like drunk texting. So I had my phone out, and then there was this one dude, I was dancing with him. You know, we was dancing for quite some time. And I think like I looked at him and I remembered him. It was so crazy because let's call him Brandon, right? So Brandon was there, and I'm like, oh my god, it's you. And he's like, I know you too. It was so stupid. And I'm like, yo, what's up? So we started having like a drunken conversation, and we were just like kind of catching up, like, oh my God, I can't believe you're really here. And I'm like, wow, like I can't believe you're here either. So yeah, we was just dancing, talking. I think he bought me like a drink or whatever, and like I told y'all, I kept on taking out my phone. So at the end of the night, Brandon ended up taking all of us home. And I remember when, like, I was going to be the last person because, of course, you know, he wanted to talk to me. And also wanted to, like, you know, we ended up making out or whatever because it was a drunken night. So when we got to where I live, which, like I said, was the last person that was getting dropped off, and he volunteered to take us home, mind you. I don't know, like, what happened or whatever, but I remember getting out the car, and I remember, you know, we said our goodnights and everything like that. And then when I got upstairs, I went to sleep, you know, woke up in the morning, and I'm looking all over for my phone. And I'm like, yo, did Brian steal my phone? Because I remember I had it in the car, and I did not have it after I got out the car. So if anything, it would have been in Brian's car. Brian or Brandon, I don't even see. This is why I don't put names, because I always forget. But anyway, Brandon. So this is why, like, I knew, like, okay, I remember I had it, and I don't know, maybe when we was kissing, I probably put it down or something inside the car, but I knew that it was inside the car. So luckily I had online, you were able to see like the phone numbers that you had called or that you had spoken to and things like that. So I ended up, and you can also log into that particular website online. So I ended up logging in, I got his information, and I called him from my mom's house, and I tried to find out, like, oh, hey, you remember me, you know, from last night. I wanted to know, I'm pretty sure I left my phone in your car. Would you be able to give it to me? And he's like, oh no, there's no phone in the car. I don't see nothing. I'm like, oh, but can you make sure that you look? He's like, oh, I don't need to look because I know that it's not in there. I'm like, what? Yo, like, I know that it was in your car because I remember that's the last place that it was. He was like, nah, there's no phone in my car. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm like, yo, why all of a sudden this dude is acting mad stink? Like, seriously? And I didn't even know, like, where he lived or nothing like that. So I couldn't do, like, a pop-up and try to, like, you know, get crazy with my stupid young mentality and try to fight him or anything like that. Because I probably would have did something stupid like that. So I ended up, like, you know, trying a few more times, like, throughout that week. But then I just eventually realized that it was a lost cause. But I did see that somebody had used my phone that same night to make a phone call. And I did, you know what's the crazy part? I'm remembering everything. I had called that person and I asked them who was it that called them, and they told me that Brandon had called them. So that's how I knew for a fact that homeboy had my phone. But every time I asked him, and you know, you can't force somebody to give you a phone. I didn't know where he lives. I didn't know, you know, I didn't even know the dude's last name. So it's not like I could really get that information. And so that's the messed up thing about it. Like, dude, straight up, like, how you trying to flirt with me? You trying to be my boo thing and stuff like that. Well, I thought he was trying to be my boo thing. I don't know. He was real nice over the internet. But I guess he saw that my phone was pretty valuable because at that time it was like brand new. Like, it just came out that week and I had the phone. And yeah, that was pretty much it. But luckily I had insurance and I did have a job, so I was able to get the phone back. And then I ended up like losing it again at the club, like later on, like a few weeks later. I think I had to get that phone about 3 or 4 times because I kept on losing it. Like, it would fall out my pocketbook, or maybe I left it on the bar. Like, it was just stupid stuff. But that was like the most memorable moment, is because I knew for a fact that he had it. And he was acting like real shady. So it's like, you don't even know, like, sometimes who you can trust. Like, these people on the internet. I mean, I've learned over time that, you know, these people is phonies and fakes. Came across so many. But yeah, homeboy straight up stole my phone, y'all. That was a crazy, crazy situation. If you guys have any crazy situations you would like to share, definitely let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this super quick story time. And I look forward to sharing a few more stories with you guys coming up soon. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one.